Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome to Off the Board. This is the series that we do every once a month on the last Wednesday of that month for Crystal from Pineapple Papers. It was the series she started back in July when she scrapbooked a layout a day. From her Pinterest board. So you find an inspiration and you create that whatever you found on the Pinterest to make a layout or whatever project you wanted. Today I am using the Christmas tree that you saw at the opening image there and some 6x6 paper from Paige Evans that I cut down to 1-inch squares. And I just simply line them all up and that's my Christmas tree. Super easy. This layout isn't going to be very long because it is quite simple. So I really like it. You can see it's quite the non-traditional Christmas colors. There's a reason for that. And I'm going to reapply them onto this pattern paper, which I believe is a Makey Holmes possibly, or a Dear Lizzie. I really liked it, but it was too busy. It needed a bit of white to it. So I went back to the white, fussy cut it out, and then placed it back. So there's just this subtle break between the Christmas tree itself and the pattern paper. You may not be able to see it on camera, but it does give your eye just kind of that little resting point that it needed. And then here are my photos, and this is as to why the non-traditional colors. So they are adorable. My two little kids from Christmas last year. They are in Peppa Pig and Spider-Man pajamas, which are not very Christmas-like. And we got a new tree last year, and I got the option of having white lights or colored lights. And because I grew up in a home where we were not allowed to have colored lights, it had to be white lights. I was like, we have to have colors. And so there's a lot of color going on. And so I felt like this line really worked. It is a paper pad that I'm trying to get used up. It is a goal of mine for this month is to use up 2 6x6 paper pads. And this one is almost there. So feeling good about that. I also go ahead and take one of these stars and I'm going to use that to put on the top of my Christmas tree too, which you'll see in a minute. But yeah, I just took a few of the spare pieces I had left over. I'm making a couple layers for my photos, nothing major. And I tuck one under the tree and one on top of the tree. Kind of really love that. I then grabbed some of my Christmas themed supplies. I have it all in one basket, separated in a few different bags. So I just picked up one of the bags that I felt would work. And you're going to see that I kind of just find all the presents and I'm going to put all the presents underneath the tree. And I really love the way that works. But first I have to play with this star. So I start with the yellow. I'm not really sure that I like the yellow. So I go to the pink. Don't really like the pink. So I go back to the yellow. I also grab that word happy and I'm going to do Christmas. So I know that's more of a, I guess, European saying has Happy Christmas. We say Merry Christmas over here in Canada and the US, but I like Happy Christmas. I mean, I don't say it, I say Merry Christmas, but I like the way it looked and I had that random happy, so I wanted to get that used. That's really the only reason why I do that. And Christmas, that word Christmas just nestled between those two photos so perfectly. I love when that happens. Those pre-made words are my new favorite thing. Like, I love thickers, I use them, but the pre-made words, I don't have to think about titles, though I love to do titles and I will do really long titles. So it's not like I'm going to stop buying thickers. But sometimes when you don't have to think about it, it's kind of nice. And then when they fit perfectly, it's even better. So I go ahead and do that. Now this is where I start looking through everything, and what ends up happening is I just happen to see presents. And I'm like, well, what's at the bottom of a Christmas tree? Presents. So I just line a few of them up. I think I do like 6. I put a couple on some fun foam and it just kind of helps bring it to the bottom, like something interest to the bottom down there. I eventually will add like a 3x4 Project Life card next to the photos to do my journaling. This is their official Christmas Day photo, I guess if you'd say. I always try to get one of them in front of the tree. They weren't having it. The looks on their faces is kind of funny. But at least I got it. So, and I don't care that it's not perfect. I just want them in front of the tree. And this year with Barrett, who I can barely keep sitting as it is at 9 months and it's not even Christmas yet. Yeah, it's not going to be a great photo this year either, but they're fun memories, and that's all that matters. I do fit this little have yourself a merry little Christmas. I put that up top there. And that just makes me happy. That tree makes me happy. I was so excited to create that. And it was all because Moira had mentioned it in one of her Freeze Fridays that she wanted to make a Christmas tree for a card. And so I sent it to her, and then I was playing with the shape and the size and everything. And I was basically using this paper pad because it was scraps. I don't have very much of it left, so I wasn't worried if I ruined it. But I really liked it. So yeah, I'm very, very, very pleased with the way this turned out. It was meant to be for my off the board back in October, but I just didn't get it up in time. So here it is for November, which is great because like I said, I ended up doing a Christmas theme anyways, and this is much closer to Christmas. So it's a little bit more appropriate than when it was back in October, and it probably should have been a little bit more, autumn themed. All right, so all I'm going to end up doing to finish it off is a couple banners up at the top there. And yeah, that's it. It didn't need much. I added a few pieces of fun foam so there's some dimension. And yeah, this is from Bella Boulevard. I really like this little ephemera packet. It's awesome. It works really well with my kids and the color schemes that they're in right now. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you keep hopping along and checking out what everyone else used for their off the board this month. And I will see you really soon. If you haven't checked out my 30 Days of Sketches today, make sure you look at that and Crystal and Christina's as well. Here's a look at my finished layout, and I will see everybody tomorrow because I'm not quite done with my 30 Days of Sketches. Bye, everyone.